Hello everyone, I am Nirmala Balurkar. This channel provides insight into various programming languages. In this video, I will demonstrate basics of variables and numbers in Python. Variable is a label that you can assign a value to it. So to define variable, you use the following syntax which is shown in the screen, that is variable underscore name equals to value. For example, x equals 3, which is nothing but in a diagrammatic representation shows the box holds a value 3 and named as x. Therefore, the variable is x and the data it contains is the value. So, we can say variables are entities of a program that holds the value of different data types. Now, when you name a variable, you should adhere to some rules. If you do not, you will get an error. The following are the variable naming rules that you should keep in mind. The first rule says variable names can contain only letters, numbers and underscore sign. Second rule says they can start with a letter or an underscore sign, not with a number. And third and most important rule says variable names can contain spaces. That spaces can be used underscore. Variable names cannot have the reserved words, keywords and built-in function, which is nothing but in Python we have the length as a function that we cannot use as a variable name. After variables, we want to see the different data types. As I said, we are focusing on the numbers. So number in Python refers to the numeric data types in programming. So numeric data types is nothing but it supports three kinds of numeric data types: integer, float, complex. The first data type, which is nothing but the integer, numbers without decimal points. They are 0, they are positive as well as they are negative values. Even they are having the larger values too. Even it can be binary, octal and hexadecimal values. So binary values having with the 0 and B as an alphabet with 8 digits. So this represents the 216 as an decimal point. Octal number having 0 and small o or capital O as a prefix represent as an octal number, which is in decimal represented as an 10. Hexadecimal number with 0 and x small or capital X as prefix represent the hexadecimal number, which is represented in decimal as 18. Now let's analyze the following piece of code. What happening when we make assignments? So Python chooses a memory location for x and saves the integer value as 3. The second assignment, you may assume that Python will find another location for the variable y and will copy the value of 3 in this place. But Python goes his own approach, as both the variables will have the same value after the assignments. The Python lets y point to the memory location of x. So it means x and y will pointing to the same memory location and having the value as an 3. Now the critical question arises in the next line of code. Y will be set to the integer value 2. What will happen to the value of x? Because x and y will not share the same value anymore. So y gets his own memory location containing 2 and x sticks to 3, as can be seen in the animated graphics on the right side. After understanding the memory location with the different values of the variables, now we will understand the other numbers type supported by Python, that is float. They are with decimal points as suggested -1.55. So we have the decimal point as well as the negative values. The complex numbers have real part as well as the imaginary part, which can be represented as 5 plus 2j. So imaginary part will have the notation as j and plus sign will act as an complex number real part. Okay. So it will represented into the round brackets 5 plus 2j. It's a complete whole number representing as an complex. So now your question is, we studied the number integer, float and complex. If I want to change or if I want to check the which type of data the variable is holding. So for that we can use the function called as an type, which can return the class type of the argument passed as an parameter. So syntax for this is type and the object or the variable name. For example, type in bracket -1.55. The value I have passed is float. So that's why it is representing the type of the data is float. Now this is for checking the data type. Now can I convert this data into the integer? Yes, we can. So we need to use the int, float or complex as an functions. So for example, if I write int -1.55 in float value, it will provide me an integer as -1. So its fractional part or decimal part will be discarded. Can I convert this integer to the float? Yes, it is possible. We can use float 2. So 2 will be converted as an 2.0 because it is an integer number. So I hope this video is helpful for you. Get the update with the latest programming language. Do watch and subscribe to our channel, Cube Programming. Thank you.